Ooh, I just pushed computer. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, well. Okay, great. Well, I appreciate everyone hopping on here today. We have some updated information coming from us as well as a number of other folks. And so I thought I'd start off with the city, whether it's City Manager Rick Crabtree or Mayor Icestone, either one, if you want to give us any updates from the city.
Danielle, you want to go or you want me to?
Yeah, you can jump in and I can add anything that additional if needed.
Well, the good news is that changes are coming. I have participated in a meeting yesterday that included Dr. Wickenheiser, the Tehama County Public Health Officer. And he's been in communication with Sacramento and State Department of Public Health. And it looks like they're going to, they being the state, are going to transfer much of the authority to set local rules to our local public health officer. And the good news there is that he has already approved, I think it's 27 business plans for businesses to reopen, employing social distancing and that kind of thing. And those approved plans are sitting there waiting for us to get the green light from the state to go forward with our local regional rules, which could come as early as next week. And consequently, we could start seeing some businesses that have been shuttered reopen. And so that would be great.
Great news.
Businesses that have submitted and had already kind of pre-approved their plans include hair salons, restaurants, businesses that have been hit hard by these closures.
Great, great. So any idea when that transfer to the local health departments, when that would take place?
Theoretically, it could happen as early as Friday. I think that may be a bit optimistic, but it certainly could happen next week.
Great.
And if there's somebody from county, from the county here, I'll certainly defer to them because they're directly dealing with this.
So Candy was going to try to be on today, but she was unable to, so she emailed me that they're having a special supervisors meeting next Monday, the 11th, to deal with any announcements that are coming out of the governor's office this week. I guess
it's at 9 a.m. and it will be a telephonic meeting.
Okay.
Not an in-person meeting.
And so you can get on their website and you can click on to listen into that meeting. And
there you can hear directly from Dr. Wickenheiser about this process.
Great. And so I guess there's supposed to be maybe some more announcements coming tomorrow or Friday from the governor's office, and hopefully possible continuing possible ease of restrictions. So anyways, that's good to hear.
That was primarily the report I had. I don't know if Danielle had something to add or there are questions.
The only thing I could think to add is that if there is a business out there that needs to still get a plan submitted, the health department has put the Survey Monkey together, Dave, that you have the information on. And then the only other thing that we're saying that we talked about yesterday in the council meeting is also still CC Clay Parker, because he can still keep an eye on that. And he's got a pretty fast, within 24 hours response time, at least to let you know that it was received. So stipulations from the governor might come out that are higher. So all these people with approved plans might have more stricter guidelines that they need to follow, but at least they have approved plans in place. And not to contradict a number, Rick, but I thought we heard countywide it was 47
You know what? I think now that you correct me, I think you're right. It is
approved
47.
plans. So I thought nearly 50 businesses that were like, here are plans ready to go. I was just amazed and super happy to be part of Tehama County.
That's great. Very nice. Julie from Assemb and Gallagher's office. Do you have any updates for us from that end?
I will just add on to what Rick was saying about kind of some of the changes that are coming. So the governor is expecting to roll out the first, what they're calling the first phase of stage 2 on Friday. We've heard that it's still going to be pretty limiting on the types of businesses and kind of the practices in terms of going back to business and reopening. But you know, it's a good step in the right direction. I think it's positive to see that we are moving towards local control and towards you know, measured reopening. Other than that, we haven't heard too much, although I did hear, I missed his press conference at noon today, but I did hear that he signed an executive order relating to workers' comp, and I'm gonna forget the word now. But basically, if anyone gets COVID-19, there's a presumption that they got it at work if they are in the workforce. And I think it will fall to the employer to prove otherwise. So that could be a little bit of a financial strain on employers moving forward, but we'll see what happens with that. And I'm happy to try and track that down and send it to you, Dave, to share.
Oh, please
so you
do.
have the official language on that EO.
Yes, that would be great. Thanks. Going to Tuesday's, I believe it's Monday's announcement from the governor, and everyone I'm sure has probably read it, but he's talking about lower risk businesses within the retail and hospitality sectors, such as clothing shops, florists, bookstores, and sporting goods stores. May reopen for curbside pickup as early as Friday. So we're hoping for that, if not more. So, but that restaurants for dine-in service, shopping malls, and offices will remain closed. So that's what he said earlier this week. But I
think the thing I heard that gives me the most optimism is, at least according to Dr. Wickenheiser, I haven't been part of the conference calls that he has with the California Department of Public Health, but that they're willing to relinquish some of these rules to the local public health officers. And when that happens, I think we can see a lot more businesses reopening.
Wonderful. Amen to that. Let's see. Amanda, so I don't know if you have anything countywide or citywide that you would want to share, Amanda Jenkins?
We just continue to put up content on the website as we get new information. And I know, Dave, I don't know if you've already kind of touched on this in other meetings and whatnot, but the business survey from the Business Recovery Task Force is out, and we're going to be putting that out to our email list and then on our website, social media, and all that good stuff. So just trying to share that as much as possible. I'm also, I just this morning got put on a communications team for putting together a business recovery and reopening toolkit that would be released nationally to economic development organizations. And so that'll have a lot of great, I know there's already just a ton of great information out there. And so Dave, I figured when we're done with that, I would kind of touch base with you and see if the content in that toolkit maybe can fill in some gaps where, and just kind of integrate that in what you're already working on, and get that released to our businesses. So
Perfect. Yes.
that's pretty
Send
much
it on.
the gist of what I have going on, just and doing some, business outreach with phone calls and emails and whatnot to just try to make sure people get up-to-date information. So
Great. Great.
Yep.
Can you in the chat, can you put your website in there, Amanda?
of course, yep.
Okay. So if anyone needs information from the Tehama Economic Development, it'll be in the chat here in a minute. So let's see, we have Kathy from Job Training Center, right?
Yep. Hi, Dave.
Hi, what's going on?
Yeah, so we're super excited to get that survey out. It's actually hitting 12 counties, so it'll be really interesting to see, if the story is the same across the 12 or drastically different from here to there. So appreciate, Dave, that you got it out so quickly. I think we're going to start getting results back quickly. We don't have to wait till May 15th to start seeing what it says. So as we're getting that information back, we can start to see, where the greatest needs are, and then plug some funding and applications in to be able to meet those. So that's super exciting. I appreciate everybody that's getting it out there.
Yeah, we figured the sooner the better. I think there is going to be a couple of changes in case anybody's looked at the survey. I talked with Kathy S., and one of them didn't have, if there has been businesses that have not laid off anybody. There's 2 questions regarding that. So anyways.
Okay.
But no, it's great. It'll be a nice snapshot for the region and hopefully for our area as well.
Awesome.
And you all can look in the chat. We've got something from Julie and also Amanda, a website, and then the executive order hasn't been released yet, but you can read it yourself there. And Kathy, what do you got going on Friday?
We have Dr. Eiler for his second webinar, so I'm pretty excited to hear what he's thinking now. As things have changed so much since the April 17th one that he had. So that's 9 o'clock Friday morning. Trying to think if I can link it onto the chat. If anybody needs that, just email me. Maybe I'll put that in there. Information to register. We had 133 on
Right.
back on April 17th. So, hoping we have a lot of interest again. Yeah, looking forward to seeing what's changed, what's going on now.
So he's a regional economist, and he's down to earth, because sometimes you get scared of guys like that, right? But he does a good job, and he understands Red Bluff and Tehama County, and so he's able to speak to us right where we're at. So he's good there. So yeah, put in your email, Kathy, and if anybody needs information about that, it's free, right, on Friday?
Absolutely. Chapin Concepts out of Chico is facilitating, and they've made these available to counties all around the North State and to different industry sectors as well. So he's been having them on manufacturing, and he's been a busy guy. So we were glad that we could jump in and grab a couple of dates. And I'm trying to find out now if we continue on, if we hear from him again in another month or two. What we really want to know from him as well is best practices. If there's communities maybe a step or two ahead of us, or they see something amazing happen, we're not above stealing some good ideas. So trying to be on the lookout for what we can learn from other areas. It's just a good set of eyes out there for us.
Great. Thanks for all that, Kathy. And I wanted to introduce to everybody Bryn Greer, and she has a couple things to talk to us about from the Conservation District, correct?
Great. Thank you, Dave. Hello, everyone. I'm Bryn with the Resource Conservation District of Tehama County, and we are considered that we provide an essential public need in terms of agriculture, water conservation, wildfire prevention, forest health, and those types of things. So as an essential provider, we are providing ongoing services through phone and email at this time. Walk-in assistance, we do not offer that at this point, but we do have staff in office. We rotate, we schedule around each other, so there's someone always here, you know, for mail and deliveries and such. But I wanted to take a moment now to let folks know that we're still providing these services. So we're helping our ag community comply with the Irrigated Lands Regulatory Program through STWEC administration. So folks in the ag community that need to meet those state requirements, we're still open to assisting them do so. We're also providing help with the Healthy Soils grants for our ag community as well. In light, I'm going to switch gears here, in light of the fact that it is Wildfire Awareness Month, which is the month of May. Thank you, Red Bluff Daily News, for featuring our article today.
All right.
It will be up each Wednesday for the month of May. We're really looking to engage with the community and get folks ready for wildfire. And each article will present information on how to go about doing so. We are recruiting folks to participate in our Defensible Space Assistance Program. This is geared for folks that are 65 years of age or older, or physically can't create that 100 feet of defensible space on their homes. This is grant funded. We have a limited window of time to be able to pull this off. I will put a link to the website for folks that want to apply for this or want to know more about it. We are still providing these services. We're out in the field doing all kinds of field work and still honoring that 6 feet of distance with our coworkers. So if anyone has any questions, please don't hesitate to connect with us, and I'll put a note here in the chat.
Great, Bryn. If you could put both your email or phone contact and then that link, all of those things would be great to have in this. We do record this, so we get it out on social media and our new YouTube channel too, so other folks will get this later as well.
Great, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. So who else do we got out there that's got anything exciting to add or not exciting to add?
I have a question over here, Liz Marion Manton.
All right.
I was speaking to John and Linda Alger, and they had phoned Tehama County Health, I guess, or Ag, I don't know, and talked to them because they think there might be another winery or two that are actually using their tasting room, and theirs has been closed, of course, since this all started. And they were told they didn't submit an actual plan, but they just said what they plan to do when they do actually reopen, to keep social distancing and keep everyone safe. And they were just kind of given the green light. It's like, okay, you can open, and they're not going to, of course, until you know, the directive is given either from the governor, or if the local jurisdictions have that, can do that. But do they need to also submit a written plan? Would anyone know? Because they're not on the internet much, and I'm kind of their conduit to information.
Yes, the health department is asking for a written plan.
Okay, so I can just go on their website and get it and bring it to those guys. And
yes, and if you have any problems finding that, give us a call at the office, and we did send it out via email last week.
okay, I'm sure I can find it. I'm pretty good at this. Okay, cool.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They thought they were given a verbal okay. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not the case, but I will
Right.
get that. Thanks so much.
Perfect. Great.
And Dave, can you clarify? I've had people ask, is this written plan mandatory, a request? Is it, you know, are people not allowed to do business until, you know, they've had this written thing submitted and gotten approved? Do you have any information on how that's working?
Don't ask me, Nat. Rick,
I might be able to help.
there, somebody help.
if you are compliant with the governor's rules, which we all expect to be changing soon, you do not need otherwise permission from the local health department. If, however, you want to go beyond what is allowed by the governor's rules, then you need to have an approved local plan, and you can operate within the parameters of that approved plan. That's my understanding.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. Anybody else that's on here have a question or something to add? We have a few updates from the chamber I want to share, but I wanted to get through everybody else first.
Hi, Dave. This is Nan. I was curious when they're going to start the antibody testing. Aren't they going to do that at the community center?
Right now at the community center, the swab testing is ongoing and will be through next week. There are no immediate plans to bring antibody testing to the county. Apparently there have been a number of problems with the reliability of the test results. And until those problems get straightened out, the health department anyway won't be participating or condoning testing. It's my understanding that you can get an antibody test at some medical clinics, including Lassen Medical Group.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Rick. We're glad you're on this Zoom call. I would have just guessed some answers. Just kidding.
The important thing is to sound like you know what you're doing.
Great. Well, I want to put up a few of some updates that we have going on. Some are fresh updates. Some are we've just started with them last week. So, Nat, hit them with our show.
All right.
So, anyways, we talked about this last week, and it's been received so very well already. It actually was an idea from Councilman Clay Parker, you know, kind of tying in that we didn't have the Red Bluff Roundup, but now we can have the Red Bluff Rounded Up stimulus package. And so you go into a store, you buy something for $17.25, and you can round it up. And it can be from the customer side, or if the business knows about it, please get a copy of this off of our website or our social media and get it to any business. Some already have it, but there's folks that are rounding up not to the $18 mark, but to $20 or $25 mark. And that money is, it stays right there in that business. It's just a patron that's just being a blessing and giving a little bit extra cash to one of our local businesses. So we have cards like this too at the chamber office. Maybe Jace, you could put some of these out in our outside boxes for after hours. And anyways, but it's a great idea and people are excited about it. So round it up, ladies and gentlemen, round it up. Every week, this continues to grow, our business updates, the amount of businesses that are getting on there and giving their new hours, they're open for business when they've been closed, their new phone number, or how they can deliver, or curbside, or whatever. And so there's, that's on our Facebook and Instagram pages. So if you know of any businesses, or you have a business that you want to put an update on, you just get into the comments and people are on this actual post, you know, thousands of times. And so it's just, communication is so key right now. And so we're trying to get out as many ways to have an avenue for the businesses to communicate with the public, and also a resource for the public to go to be able to see what's the latest and what's going on. So business updates. we talked about this some last week, and it was in the newspaper yesterday. 5 ways to prepare to reopen. And folks are following this, and they're able to use this as their safety plan to reopen or to go to the next phase of opening. So bottom line is, you get your safety plan on number 1, your checklist, protocols, safety procedures, social distancing, and marketing ideas. That's all in number 1. And in number 2 is your signage, proper signage out there, how many people you can have in your shop, or the 6 feet distancing, etc. That's under number 2. Number 3 talks about your cleaning schedule and working that with the staff to take care of not only the employer, the employees, but the customers that are coming in and out. It's been great for me to see downtown when I walked the sidewalks, that folks that are open, they're actually coming out with their disinfectant sanitation wipes, and they're wiping down the doorknobs and the door handles. So I'm really proud of how everybody is responding to the cleaning schedule and the safety part of it. Number 4 is very important, and it's the marketing portion. You can open the door, but you got to let somebody know. So whether it be getting out there more on social media, your email list, send out an email list to everybody what's going on, and then make phone calls, which are great. So that's number 4. And number 5, respect the process. We just have to have perseverance and patience, mix together a little bit of hope, and know that everybody's a little bit different on when they're going to open, how they're going to open, and what it's going to look like. So we just want to be courteous to everybody that is working on things like that. So, and then we have something brand new, and it's on our social media right now. And but this is again some more important: how to open successfully. Everyone should Google their business. Does it have the right hours? Do you have the right contact in the social media or everything? Google your own business and figure it out. Update your social media. Maybe you haven't for a while, and now you're going to the next phase, and you need to give people accurate information. Again, send out an e-blast to everybody you know. Call your customers. And then the next slide continues on with, and some folks are already doing that in the community, some, which is fun, and it's great, is contests on social media. People understand to go to you, and they get something, and there's a lot of advertising that goes along with those contests. There are some businesses that are going live, whether it's during the day or at nighttime, little get together where they're going live in their shops, their stores, and it's just a fun, great way to get out there in a whole new realm, and hopefully touch some more people, as well as your normal customers who are just dying to get in some of the stores right now. And then the last one, improve your online presence.
Sorry.
How's your website? Maybe you're on Facebook. Maybe you need to add Instagram. Can they order off of your Facebook page? Just a number of things. So those are on our social media and our e-blasts and things of that sort. So and if you need something, put your email in there, and Nat, he could email you some of those things as well. Next. Okay, so we update these on the restaurants as often as possible. And we have the new coffee shop, Heritage Collective, is opened up now on Main Street. So they're on our list now. And so there's phone numbers, and it tells whether they have delivery and or curbside for each of these that are open, and it lists those that are not open. So we update those all the time, and Jason updated this one today. This is what the survey looks like. We sent ours out this morning, and you haven't received it and you don't get it from some other source in the next day or two, let us know. We'd be happy to forward the business recovery survey to you. Takes 10 to 15 minutes to fill out, but it's good information for the 11 counties that are collecting it. And then our Friday e-blast has just grown. Folks are getting great business off of this. And we're also putting it on our social media after we put it out to 800 plus emails on Fridays. And the last thing is, whatever any businesses in the process with a SBA loan, you know, or PPP, those you deal with through your banks, but everything else, idle loans, regular SBA loans, Butte College, SBDC is doing an exceptional job, and they're currently helping over 40 local Red Bluff businesses to get funding to keep them going and going strong. They're very smart. They have a lot of energy and knowledge on how to help improve local businesses from where they are now to move forward. And it's not just the money, but the counseling that they provide for free is amazing. And that's the end of my show. Anybody have any questions regarding any reopening thoughts or ideas or anything coming to mind?
Hey Dave, this is Kathy. Is there any update on the fair at this point, and the kids and the animal auctions and all that?
Somebody probably knows better than me. I know they've started something. Who knows?
There was a link posted on the fair's Facebook page that has information about the auction. And a neighbor of mine has a kid who's they have ear numbers, but they don't have individual auctions yet. I think they're just gonna like live stream and do it. I'm not exactly sure how it works, but they do have a post on the fair's Facebook page that I shared to my page if anyone's friends with me, or I think I made it public. I'm sure anyone can go check it out from there.
Great. So Tehama District Fair page. Perfect.
They're doing, Dave, they're doing 90 little second clips. I've watched a few because I'm friends with the fair for the different animals, because I'm looking at a couple animals, and it's supposed to, they're still hoping, they know it's probably not likely, but they're still hoping that maybe they could do a live auction. But if not, it should be May 17th.
May 17th. Okay. And that would be an online auction.
Mm-hmm.
But in
and
the meantime,
it's like easy to bid or something like that. And the big thing, I know they have all the information on the website, but I did call because I was kind of worried about it. If you sign up and do it that way, you've got to go in and enter stuff like your driver's license number, your birthday, your credit card information. And according to the website, because I'm in the process of doing it right now, that's what they do. They don't bill anything. They don't do anything. You would get an invoice from the fair, but they've got to make sure everybody on these auctions are a real person. And that's how they do it. So it is legit. I talked to them because I was like, you're not getting my credit card information. So
right.
It is good.
Okay. Great. Well, hopefully this turns around great for all these kids that have put in so much hard work and their families with these animals. So good deal. Good deal. Okay. Anybody have anything else to bring up? Jason, you want to say hi to everybody? Thanks, Jason. Well, good. Let's see. On the free defensible space assistance is on our chat right now. So if you need that, get that. So we're going to have another one next Wednesday. These have been great, very informative and encouraging, because sometimes things can be downers. I've been on a few Zoom calls, I don't know about you, that have been downers. Just too much Zoom, I think. But It's nice to be able to give out information, and let's look forward and let's see where we're going, where we are, where we're going. And I honestly believe that the rebound is going to shock us. It's going to be better than we all anticipate and think right now. Anybody else? Thanks, Liz, for the thumbs up on that. Anybody else thumbs up on that? Let's do it. Let's do it. We can do this together. Oh, we got Job Training Center gave us one right on their little cube there. Okay. Well, next week we're going to have a lot. And Shannon, thank you for yours. And we're going to have a lot to cover next week with the openings. Omar, good to see you. Wow, everybody's doing the hands. I don't know how to do all that stuff, guys. I will next week, okay? I'm going to do some kind of dance with the hand motions. But we'll have a lot of updates next week. And I'm still looking around. Where is my hands? But I don't have it. And but it's going to be good, and it's going to really help us catapult to the new day for Red Bluff and Tehama County. And someday we're still going to do that ribbon cutting on Main Street. We're going to have a celebration parade a couple of months after that. We're opening our farmers market June 3rd on Wednesday nights, and it'll be the market, no bands to start with until we're able to. And then we have our Saturday markets, summer hours, 8 a.m. until noon at the River Park. So come down. There's a lot of folks with great produce there. And that's about the only game in town right now as far as events go, but it's under the governor's blessing list. So anyways, that's all I have to say. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Have a great day, great week. Stay strong. Keep going forward and encourage those around you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Dave.
Great. Thank you.
You stay well.
That's the plan. I want to go there today. I like it.